following message is transmitted at the request of the New York State Police Department. A red moon has been formed in the normal moon. Mass riots and panicking have been reported throughout this situation. It is most likely that a Greek mythology, Tartarus, will be awakened for the next 7 days. When Tartarus awakens, mass tornadoes will be formed throughout the state. All residents are strongly advised to not panic. Panicking will only make the situation worse. Do not participate in the riots. If you do, you will be arrested and prosecuted. All residents are strongly advised to remain vigilant. Stay tuned for further information.
Cities has issued a tornado warning for Jackson County in east central Iowa until 2:45 p.m. At 1:54 p.m., National Weather Service Doppler radar indicated a tornado near Macocata, moving northeast at 35 miles an hour. The tornado will be near Andrew around 2:05 p.m., Springbrook around 2:10 p.m., St. Donatus around 2:25 p.m. The safest place to be in a tornado is in a basement or interior room or hallway on the lowest floor of a building. A tornado watch remains in effect until 7 p.m. Friday evening for eastern Iowa. Repeating, a tornado warning has been issued until 2:45 p.m. for Jackson County, Iowa. The National Weather Service in Denver has issued a flash flood warning for western Arapahoe County, southwestern Denver County, until 7:15 p.m. At 4:21 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, trained weather spotters reported flash flooding and torrential rain in the southeast sections of the Denver metro area. The storms producing the rain were moving slowly to the north and northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Up to 2 inches of rain have already fallen in the Aurora area, and similar amounts can be expected in 30 to 40 minutes as the storm moves in. Some locations that will experience flooding include Denver, Aurora, northeastern Lakewood, Centennial, northeastern Littleton, Englewood, southeastern Wheat Ridge, Greenwood Village, Sheridan, Arapahoe Park, and Buckley Air Force Base. This expands and supersedes the previous warning that was in effect for western Arapahoe County only. Precautionary preparedness actions. Excessive runoff from heavy rainfall will cause flooding of small creeks and streams, urban areas, highways, streets, and underpasses, as well as other drainage areas and low-lying spots. Turn around, don't drown when encountering flooded roads. Most
Service in Austin, San Antonio has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for southeastern Williamson County, northeastern Travis County, northeastern Bastrop County, central Lee County, until 5:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. At 4:35 p.m. Central Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located near Pflugerville, moving southeast at 45 miles per hour. Hazard, tennis ball size hail and 60 miles per hour wind gusts. Source, trained weather spotters. Impact, people and animals outdoors will be injured. Expect hail damage to roofs, siding, windows, and vehicles. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Austin, Pflugerville, Elgin, Giddings, Hutto, Manor, Fedor, Page, Circle D, Casey Estates, Camp Swift, Copeland, Knob Springs, Serban, Rice's Crossing, Blue, McDade, Cedar Hills, Lowbow, Hills, and Lincoln. Prepare immediately for large hail and deadly cloud-to-ground lightning. Seek shelter inside a well-built structure. Stay away from windows. This is a dangerous storm. Prepare immediately for large destructive hail capable of producing significant damage. People outside should move to shelter inside a strong building and stay away from windows. Large hail and continuous cloud-to-ground lightning are occurring with this storm. Move indoors immediately. Lightning is one of nature's leading killers. Remember, if you can hear thunder, you are close enough to be struck by lightning.
A tornado warning remains in effect until 10 p.m. Central Daylight Time for central Kiowa County. A tornado emergency for Greensburg at 9:37 p.m. Central Daylight Time. National Weather Service meteorologists and storm spotters were tracking a large and extremely dangerous tornado. This tornado was located 5 miles south of Greensburg, moving north at 20 miles per hour. A violent tornado was on a direct path for portions of Greensburg, especially the eastern portions of town. Take immediate tornado precautions. This is an emergency situation for Greensburg. A tornado watch remains in effect until 2 a.m. Saturday morning for southwestern Kansas. A tornado warning remains in effect until 10 p.m. Central Daylight Time for central Kiowa County. A tornado emergency for Greensburg at 9:37 p.m. Central Daylight Time. National Weather Service meteorologists and storm spotters were tracking a large and extremely dangerous tornado. This tornado was located 5 miles south of Greensburg, moving north at 20 miles per hour. A violent tornado was on a direct path for portions of Greensburg, especially the eastern portions of town. Take immediate tornado precautions. This is an emergency situation for Greensburg. A tornado watch remains in effect until 2 a.m. Saturday morning for southwestern Kansas. The National Weather Service has issued a Hypercane warning for the south coast of the United States, effective until 11 p.m. At 9 p.m., a confirmed and extremely dangerous Category 8 Hypercane Athena has been formed into the coast of Florida. Residents are advised to go higher ground immediately. Dangerous core of Hurricane Alpha expected to reach the Florida East Coast tomorrow afternoon. A hurricane warning is in effect along the entire Florida East Coast. A hurricane warning is also in effect for the northwestern Bahamas. Preparations to protect life and property in the warning area should be rushed to completion. An evacuation order is also in effect for the following areas and counties: the Florida Keys, Miami-Dade, Broward, Collier, Lee, Hendry, Palm Beach, Martin, St. Louis, Glades, Okeechobee, Highlands, Indian River, and Brevard counties. All residents of these areas must evacuate to avoid this potential storm of the century. At 5 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, the eye of Alpha was located near latitude 27.1 north, longitude 76.8 west, or about 255 miles east of West Palm Beach, Florida. Alpha has been moving at 14 miles per hour for the past few hours. The core of Alpha will continue near or over the remainder of the northwestern Bahamas during the next few hours and will reach the Florida East Coast tomorrow afternoon. Alpha is an extremely dangerous Category 5 hurricane on the Saffir-Simpson hurricane scale, with maximum sustained winds near 180 miles per hour and higher gusts. Some additional strengthening is possible before landfall in Florida. Stronger winds, especially in gusts, are likely to occur on high-rise buildings. Hurricane force winds extend outward up to 125 miles from the center, and tropical storm force winds extend outward up to 300 miles. Latest minimum pressure: central pressure reported by a Hurricane Hunter plane, 902 millibars, 27.25 inches. Coastal storm surge flooding of 16 to 24 feet above normal tide levels, along with large and dangerous battering waves, can be expected near and to the north of where Alpha makes landfall along the Florida East Coast. A storm surge of up to 10 feet above the present water level is likely to occur mainly on the east side of Lake Okeechobee. Tides of 10 to 15 feet above normal are possible in the warned area along the Florida West Coast. Rainfall totals of 12 to 18 inches, with isolated higher amounts, are possible along the track of Alpha over the northwestern Bahamas and Florida. Isolated tornadoes are possible over Florida Peninsula for the duration of the storm. If you have not evacuated, do so immediately. When the storm hits, you may be inundated with water and not be able to escape. As soon as wind gusts reach hurricane force, Interstates 95, 95, and 75 will be closed to all traffic where hurricane warnings have been issued. Repeating the 5 p.m. position: 27.1 north, 76.8 west. Movement toward west near 14 miles per hour. Maximum sustained winds, 175 miles per hour. Minimum central pressure, 902 millibars. Intermediate advisories will be issued by the National Hurricane Center at 7 and 9 p.m., followed by the next complete advisory at 11 p.m.
We interrupted regular programming. This is a global emergency. Important instructions will follow. This is an emergency action notification. All broadcast stations and cable systems shall transmit this emergency action notification message. This station or cable system has interrupted at the request of the White House to participate in the emergency alert system. During this emergency, most stations will remain on the air providing news and information to the public in assigned areas. This is Xfinity Cable, and we will continue to serve the San Antonio, Texas area. If you are not in this local area, you should tune to stations providing news and information for your local area. You are listening to the emergency alert system serving the San Antonio, Texas area. This cable system will continue furnishing news, official information and instructions to the San Antonio, Texas area. It is important that you listen to instructions given to this broadcast or cable system for your local area. The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States government, the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, and the Federal Emergency Management Agency. This is not a test. I repeat, this is not a test. Please pay close attention to this alert, as this pertains to a global-level crisis involving an unsettling discovery by NASA. At approximately 12:51 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 4 large pillars have risen underground. The first pillar was formed in Denver. The second pillar is formed in Atlanta. The third pillar has formed in Salt Lake City, and the fourth pillar formed in Houston. These 4 pillars represent the following elements: fire, water, energy, and earth. Laser beams are shown at the beacon of the pillars at the very top, and they've been slowly pushing the blood moon into the earth. The blood moon, which originated from a demonic deity from Greek mythology, Tartarus awakens and makes a direct course to the earth at the next hour. Due to this, there is absolutely no way to stop this event from occurring. All residents are advised to gather friends and family and embrace the end. Pray to your religious denominations. We will conclude the final activation of the emergency alert system with the national anthem. This ends this broadcast.